Hi, welcome everyone. Uh I don't know why I'm doing this. I just know that it's late. I'm bored and I'm a big fan of podcasts and it does seem to be the new wave right now, so I figured why not just sit here for a little while and give it a go. After thinking about it for a while, I kind of realized that I wanted to get more what's the word? I wanted to get more comfortable with being in front of the microphone. So, yeah, I just decided to sit here and talk for a little while, maybe 10, 20 minutes, just to see what kind of thing I'm dealing with here. Oh, jeez, I didn't even think about the file size. Fuck. I have no idea what I'm calling this podcast yet, and I have no idea if I'm going to even continue this podcast yet. So that's great. I just wanted to see what it was like. And so far, it seems pretty alright. Bill Burr does it. That's probably one of my top favorite podcasts. But he's a comedian, so he's already naturally funny. I'm not exactly a natural at comedy. I'm not a professional like he is, and I also don't have any friends. So no official boys type podcast. Shout out the official podcast, probably one of the best on the internet. Fuck Joe Rogan. I don't want to burn any bridges, do I? Anyway, it's so weird just sitting here and speaking to a microphone. Like, there's no purpose. Well, like, there's a purpose. It's you, like the listener, but I'm just sitting in a dark ass room with no plans at all. I was just like, hey, let's start a podcast. And so I did. And this is what I'm doing now. This is how I'm spending my Saturday night. Not getting lit, not doing drugs and making bad decisions like the other teenagers. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. So that's great. Let's see if I have any topics anywhere that I could actually talk about. There's got to be something, some sort of article, maybe. Heard a lot of noises behind me just a couple seconds ago. Keep in mind it is the middle of the night, so I heard noises. I should probably go check that out, right? I feel like I need to go check that out. I will be back momentarily. Alright, I'm back. It was nothing. It was me being paranoid, as usual. I do that a lot. Man, this is going to be a really fucking boring podcast, isn't it? You know what? There is something I want to talk about, as a matter of fucking fact. Alright, so I don't know if it's just me or not, but it seems like anybody 30 and up seems to use all caps LOL all the time. I don't understand why they do that. It seems so unnecessary. Why are you yelling at me? Why? I feel like that's a really nitpick type thing, like a nitpicky thing, but I can't stand it. Oh my god, that's so funny, Cheryl. Lol. And it's like, yo, why? Why do you gotta do that? Using like regular lowercase LOL is already pretty taboo at this point. Well, I wouldn't say taboo. I would say like, it's kind of strayed away from. I don't get it. I just don't understand why they do that. Middle-aged people are weird. I guess you could say it's because in the 90s that's what they did, like that's what they had. That's how they started. Doing all caps and shit, actually having to make their smiley faces. It was a hard time. Watch somebody comment about me being a millennial or something. Yeah, I am a millennial and there's nothing wrong with that. I was born in a technological age, but there was still stuff that was cool that I grew up with. I grew up with 50 Cent. That's pretty nice. I was a big fan of him growing up. I was a big fan of a lot of early 2000s artists, 50 Cent, Eminem. The whole G Unit was fucking amazing. Of course, you had Dr. Dre and his whole movement there. But that was more of a 90s thing. He was more at the end of his thing during the 2000s, so this podcast is really gibberish. It feels so wrong because it was so unplanned, but at the same time, it feels nice to just be able to talk. So I'm just gonna, sit here and keep doing it, see what happens. I just wish I had a fucking topic, anything. Do you ever get so tired that you feel like you can go to sleep and you know that if you really tried, if you laid down, got comfortable, that you could. But your body, for some reason, sends you the energy to stay awake, so you don't know what to do in that situation. On one hand, I want to just turn this off and go to sleep. But on the other hand, I feel the need to make progress in something, and that just seems like a good thing to do. So far, I've spent over 10 minutes talking about absolutely nothing, and once I edit it down, it's probably going to be down to like 2 minutes tops. And that's of the okay shit that I've said so far. Not even okay, it's just me introducing the fucking this new thing. I really want to think of a name. I wonder if I can think of something. I don't know if I should think of something now or wait. Let's see what some of you guys have to say. Oh, I guess I get this one out of the way because it's kind of a current event, and it weirdly affected me. August Ames died, so rest in peace to her. For those of you who don't know who that is, I suggest that you just look her up. She's a performer, to say the least. I don't know why it bothered me so much, but it was just the fact that she was so prominent. She was there, and then all of a sudden she was just gone, you know? And yeah, that's how death works and everything, you kind of live until you don't. But just that whole scenario, like, I followed her on Twitter and I followed her on Instagram, and she would post regularly, and it was always like random shit, just whatever. And one day I just got on Instagram and I saw like I don't know, somebody saying rest in peace. And it hit me, I kind of saw it happen. After sitting here in an awkward silence for about 2.5 minutes scrolling Facebook, I have decided that I am not good at podcasting. I am not interesting whatsoever. I have nothing to talk about. I don't have a good voice for this. And I was not prepared for this at all, as I've stated previously. But I don't even care. I like it. I like doing it. I like the feeling. It feels nice. And the fact that I'm actually getting something done instead of like playing PlayStation or something is cool. I like the idea of podcasts because you don't have to show your face. Oh, fuck. You don't have to necessarily prove your worth to anybody. Whenever you hear people on podcasts, it's usually just them shooting the shit, whether it's by themselves or with other people, but it's never striving to be more than just something that you can listen to while you're doing homework or something, At least that's how I feel about it. I always listen to a podcast as like a background thing to whatever I'm doing, whether I'm like washing dishes or driving or playing video games or something. If I don't want to hear the game, I'll put on a podcast. It's always nice because you kind of have a sense of like somebody's there with you, like camaraderie. I guess that's one word. That's the word I'm looking for. You have a sense of camaraderie. Okay, so I know what I should talk about. I don't know why I didn't think about this before. Plans for this channel. I don't just want to do podcasts. I want to branch off into other things. I do have a Christmas-related video coming out pretty soon, probably in the next week or so. That's going to be on this channel, as well as others. And I also have a lot of ideas for skits. I've always liked making those. I like being entertaining. I like the funny. I like comedy. So I figured I would do that. Dude, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to branch off into all types of shit. I can just make like ASMR videos. Like, okay, here's my attempt at ASMR. So right now, I'm just going to do the whisper thing that I see a lot of ASMR people do. And it seems pretty alright. I don't understand how people can talk like this for like an hour. I also don't see the appeal of doing this at all. Do people like jerk off to this? Is that what they do? Or does it just calm them down? Do people sleep to this? It just feels very strange. Yeah, that feels really weird to do. Getting extremely close to the microphone and like whispering. Although, I mean, yeah, I think I could probably get used to that. How it would probably be better than what I'm doing right now. Probably be more popular. Uh, I don't even know how long I want to make this because I know once everything is edited down, it's going to be around 10 minutes or so. And I think that's pretty all right for a podcast, at least for a start. I know the fucking gargantuan podcasts are like 2.5 hours, 3 hours long. And I think the sweet spot would probably be about 30 minutes for me because I am not interesting whatsoever. So, of course, finding the sweet spots in between random silences, like awkward silences, just seems better that way. Do you ever feel the need? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. So, as humans, we always feel the need to accomplish something. We're very goal driven. Not goal driven. We're very driven by aspirations, and it usually means that we set these goals for ourselves, and we try to get to those goals, and they're always really high ones. I've noticed with me, I'm very ambitious whenever it comes to my goals, but I started to think about it, and I realized why am I setting so many really high goals for myself? Like, yeah, given the milestones that I can reach while doing this goal and trying to accomplish this goal, that seems like a great thing, you know? You kind of steadily progress and get there. That's the thought process behind that whole thing. Yeah, but then I think you're kind of setting yourself up in a weird way because instead of just living your life out every day with a broad horizon of things to do, you kind of have a tunnel vision on yourself and it locks you into this state of mind where all you can do is that one thing to reach that goal. And I don't know how I feel about that because there's a lot that I want to do. Like this podcast, for instance. I was just laying down playing video games and I decided to look up how to do it. And whenever I realized that I already have all the equipment for it because I do music, that I would just go for it. And yeah, this isn't going to be a good episode. You're going to skip through the whole thing. And if you do sit through the whole thing, I'm sorry. I don't know why you did that. But it's a start, it's a stepping stone in this long time goal. And I like the idea of that. But then again, I'm not going to sit here and focus on doing podcasts regularly. I'm not going to, this isn't going to be some sort of thought process that I continue to do. Like, it's going to be a hobby. It's going to be something that sometimes whenever I come home from school and I want to address something, I just want to sit here and unload some feelings and emotion, or just simply talk and shoot the shit for about 30 minutes to an hour. Then I will, you know. But there's other things in life that I want to do. But I don't even know what other things in life that I want to do that I actually can do, you know? And that's always a depressing thing to think about, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be a huge deal. Yeah, you have a limited time here on Earth, and we have no idea how long each and every one of us has, because some die earlier than others. But can't we just be happy with the fact that we're at least trying to do something? I feel like that should be the accomplishment, is the fact that you get out of bed and you try. Because if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't be any progress. And even if it's a failed attempt, you still made progress towards something that you wanted to do. And I feel like that's why instead of making these long-time goals for us to accomplish through steps, I feel like we really need to focus on just looking at our lives as a whole and realizing how many other possibilities there are and how we can address those possibilities straightforward. You branch off and do different things, gain more experience. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'd rather be a master of none than I'd rather be a master of none. I'd rather be one of those people who just kind of is okay at everything. Or at least like subpar at everything. That's really what I want to do. I don't want to master, perfect anything. Because once you perfect something, it's not even fun anymore. You know, you just sit there wondering what's next. And then you kind of realize that there is nothing next. So instead of doing that, why not just branch off into different areas? That just seems to make the most sense to me. Wow, okay, I've actually been doing this for quite a while now. I think it's time for me to call it a night. Well, hopefully I can think of a name for this thing, and hopefully it doesn't come out that bad. Please bear with me, it is the first episode, so it's not going to be the most amazing thing ever. Hopefully, I do progress, though. That's the plan. Alright, well, I hope to see some of you guys again in the future. Thanks for listening. See you later, everybody.